Hey there, everybody. It's Board Bob here. We are back with Factorio modded. As you can see, I went ahead and set out a bunch of storage chests that are, of course, logistical chests, so they're in the network. And I threw all the stuff that was sitting here in steel chests into it and added a few things, what have you. Really has cleaned out my inventory because now I can do my logistics. Um, I've got my robots up and running, and as you can see, I've started laying out concrete. Well, not really. I mean, I have my minions doing it, but we got concrete going down. Um, I've got a little bit over 700 construction bots running at the moment. I've only got just under 80 logistics bots going, but for what I'm doing right now, that's more than enough. Basically, I'm throwing down concrete. As you can see, we've only got probably about 2/3 of the construction bots running right now, and the reason for that is we've pretty much exhausted our concrete supply. We've laid as much of it down as we can. Now, as it's being produced, they're coming and getting it. So let me show you the map. So as you can see, they're throwing down concrete, but it's going to be a while. I decided to concrete in my entire main base, and down the road I will be concreting in the other individual bases in all likelihood if there's going to be permanent structures there. This is going away at some point. If you look, you can see that now says 7.9 million. If you'll remember, that was 10 million to start. So we've gone through 2 million, a little over 2 million so far. So we're gonna burn through this iron, what have you. We're gonna go in search of some more stone patches, because with all this concrete, we're definitely going to be using them up between the concrete and the rails. But off camera, I went ahead and got that going. Now, obviously, if I'm being able to lay out here, then I have my logistic network set up. And what I did is I went through, and my logistic network covers the entirety of my main base, and my construction network goes out past the walls just slightly. This way I'll be able to repair all my walls and what have you. Now, if you'll notice, there is a gap here. Now, if you remember, all of these traffic circle type crossroads, I put a roboport in the center of them. Well, I went through and I added a few more roboports, and initially I was going to hook this into the system. But then I got to thinking about it. If I hook this into the system, I've got robots who are going to try and cross over here and cross all down here and what have you. I don't want that to happen. What I want to do is I want to isolate the rails from the rest of my logistics system, and I'm probably even going to go so far as to chop this in pieces and assign X amount of robots per each of these straights. That way they can come down here and they can go through and they can repair walls, they can repair lasers, what have you, but they won't travel outside of their assigned sector. And that's going to be kind of important when we start trying to manage robots and we start trying to manage repair parts and what have you. So at some point we will break this up, and probably what will end up happening is I will cut the networks at each of those traffic circles or somewhere nearby, and keep each of these in sections. And we'll have trains come down and deliver repair kits and what have you to keep all of this in working order. As you can see, our trains are all still lined up to deposit. We are definitely cooking with steam on this ore deposit, and everything's coming right up here, and it is keeping us nice and supplied for the most part. Now as these trains unload, of course it's sucking down a lot of the ore, but as you can see, our main buses are keeping up now. Now that it caught up with all of that building that we got done, and we are, like I say, we're getting through with the concrete a little at a time. It's going to take a while to cover all of it, but I wanted to be able to get around a little quicker than the kind of strolling along that we do. Um, I want it to be Mr. Speedy and be able to run this Mr. Speedy Delivery Company. Um, some of you guys might remember that. If you do, then you're showing your age. Anyway, so yeah, I got RoboPorts in all over the place. One of the other things that I have done is we're testing our electrical system. Now, right now, it's the daytime and none of our generators are running, right? If we look, we don't have much in the way of demand. Now it's starting to get toward night. You see our brightness is going down, our steam power production is going up, and our solar production is going down, but our accumulators are doing nada. So what I've done is, if you notice, one whole row of steam engines is not firing up. I disconnected the water to them, and we're going to slowly but surely work our way down and see just how many steam engines we really truly need to be running now. And then what we'll do is, once we get that figured out, we'll break the rest of it up into blocks and maybe put a pump in for a switch and set these up so that they kick on progressively. Kind of like the way Joe Mama is doing with his nuclear power plant. We may do something similar with these. Then again, we may be gutting the whole system. Because if you remember from the last episode, one of the things that we finally finished researching was this fusion reactor station. But it's going to take us a little bit for that, because we need some serious materials for that. We are making speed modules and what have you at this point, so we're getting there. But that's what we got going. So at this point, we really are almost ready to move on from our main base building, and take you up here and show you. I don't remember whether I did this on camera or not, so I want to come up here and show you guys what I did set this up. I'm trying to remember where I set it up. Here we go. It's right here. So I have speed modules producing, and I have production modules producing. I don't have I don't have producing yet. Productivity modules. I have efficiency modules and I have speed modules. I have not set up productivity modules, but I do need to do so, and we're probably going to do it somewhere in the same area, because in order to make that fusion reactor, we're going to need some level 3 production modules. Plus, we'll experiment around with, what combinations work the best and what have you. Normally, I'm not much for using them, but we'll start getting into it. Generally speaking, the only thing I ever use is the level 3 speed modules, and I put it in like everything. So let's go ahead and get some research started so we can get moving on here. We've got a few things left to build before we get started on this. Now, since it's at the beginning of the episode, let's go ahead and grab a longer research so it stays out of our hair for a little while longer. So we're going to set up nuclear power. It's going to take 1,000 science, so it'll keep it busy for a little bit. It probably won't keep it busy for that long, but at least it'll keep it busy for a little bit. So let's get that going. So in looking at my list, where we stand now is these are the things that I want to get going at this point before we start branching out. We want to get lights producing. We want to get explosives producing. We want to start building poison capsules, and we want to get our next level of belts and underground inserters, our underground belts and splitters going. So we want to get our blue line going. Lights are relatively easy. Explosives are definitely easy. Poison capsules and what have you, distractor capsules, are pretty easy. So let's look at lights first, because we can just throw a factory down, get lights going, and go from there. So what do we need for lights? Well, we need three things. We need electronic circuits, we need iron sticks, and we need iron plate. We're already making electronic circuits and iron plates, so we just have to find some place where we can fit two factories in that are conveniently located to those two items. And excuse me, it really doesn't matter, I suppose, where we do that. We can actually probably do that right down here and stick it right in this area somewhere, and it'll be just fine. Does that give us access to plates? Not really there. So, well, we can pull it off. All right. So, again, iron plates, iron sticks, and electronic circuits. So, if we bring our iron plate line down and we pick off of it for our sticks, that'll produce our sticks, and then we can take our sticks and shove them back in, and we can use the same iron plates. So let's do this. Excuse me, a bit verklempt. So if we do here, and then we do inserter, belt, inserter, right? We can do that, and then put this down. Actually, what I ought to do is assign these to various things and make them permanent, but I haven't done that yet. So that to there, and then to there, and we will put one on there, right? And then we're going to have one go into here, one go into here, right? And then we just need something to hand off between the two of them. We'll put down a crappy crate, and we'll go back to here, and then we'll go to there. So we'll tell this that it's building lights. We'll tell this that it's making iron sticks, and then we got to put it in something. So let's put it in a passive provider chest. And there we go. And then now all we need is power. Now can we fit it? Where can we fit it that it'll cover everything? Right there, it looks like. Right there. And then we just got to split off of here. Splitter, splitter, splitter. Throw our splitter in. Grab a belt. Put a belt in. There we go. Now that should get us going on lights, right? Yep, there we go. Now we're popping out lights. So next we want. Let me take it off my list here. We want explosives, we want poison capsules, and we want belts. So let's go down and knock out the explosives real quick. We're going to want, let's take some of this off of our list. Probably don't need the wires on there permanently. I got, 200 of each should be plenty for a while. We're going to want a chemical plant, at least one. So let's set this to, let's set it to 5. 5 should be plenty. All right. Now let's head on down here to our liquids. The other thing while we're down here, I'll show you something that we've got going with the liquids. If you guys remember, I put in that new mod for fluid control, and it's working out pretty good for us. Now, one thing I did have to do is I put in a few more chem plants to crack more light oil into petroleum gas, because we were getting really behind on petroleum gas. We were hurting, and we had a crap ton of light oil. At some point I'm probably gonna up my refineries, but as you can see, we're finally starting to get heavy oil again. And if you notice the number, it's 20.2K, 80%, right? Same thing here. We're at 19.6. Here we're at 20.6. Here we're starting to see it build back up, which is good. And our lube is at 20K. So if we come over here, now our crude oil is maxed out. We are full on crude oil. We're doing really good. Petroleum gas, if you'll remember, we're not up to that 20K mark yet, so we don't have any petroleum gas in here, but we will eventually. If you'll notice, our light oil, we're starting to process it. It's bringing it down below that 20K, whereas these were practically full. These were up at around 15K a piece. Now it's sucking it back down. I've got that top off valve after the pump. As soon as that top off valve opens back up, it allows the pump to start bringing that stuff back up there. But if you'll notice, these numbers are 11K, the ones up there are 20, so it's not just balancing itself out. It's using this as an overflow. Down here we got, a little bit of heavy oil, not too much, and then lubricant, because we've been using a lot of lubricant. This was full for a while, but now that we're making robots and things like that, you see it's running again, and now it's pulling that one back out again. This one, not so much yet, because we're pretty balanced on it, but you can kind of see where these can be used as overflow storage to kind of keep a balanced system. And we're gonna play with this a little bit more as time goes on and kind of get some more stuff going with this. We're gonna do the same up here with our oil cracking. What I think ultimately I'm going to do right now, I threw down a whole bunch more chem plants because we were just hurting so bad on petroleum gas. But what I might do in the future is break this up into, say, blocks of 4, put a power switch or something on there, set it up to be controlled by the logistical network, and program this in so that they kick on progressively as things change, so that we can kind of, I want to kind of keep things even. I want to stay at about an even 20K per tank a piece for these, is kind of my thought process. So there's that. That's, we got it going. So now what do we need for explosives? Let's look. We need coal, sulfur, and water. All right, well, we are producing sulfur right here where we're producing our sulfuric acid. And that's our small one. We have one here somewhere. Oh, it's down further. It's right here. So we are producing sulfur right here for our sulfuric acid. I had turned one of these off just by turning the inserters. All right, well, there we go. It didn't take as long as I thought it would. That's fine. We'll just, what else can we get that will open up the rest of the tree and get us running on the, get us these ones that are still red. Let's see. Nope, that's the last one for that. It's the last one for that. Just want to open this tree up. All right, there we go. So military 4 is going to open us up for that one and that one. So let's hit military 4. It's not going to take long to get it. All right. So anyway, I turned these ones off because, like I say, we were getting a pretty good amount of sulfuric acid, and it was sucking dry our petroleum gas, and we were filling up over here. So I killed one of these. So for now, that's fine. Oh, looks like we got more coal that's gone. All right, we'll have to get down there at some point and clean that up. So since we're not using it right now anyway, why don't we pick off of that one? We're going to need coal, so we're going to have to pick off of the coal, and we'll bring the coal down here. We got water because we need water for that process. And why don't we do this? Why don't we convert these two from making the sulfuric acid that they're making right now, because obviously that's not doing much for us, and why don't we start them on the process of making explosives? And then if we need to, we can hook them back up. They're already in place. We can just let them run, and we can go from there. And do that. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and disconnect these. Now it's a little wasteful because there's, there's some in the pipes, but not enough that it's going to really affect us that much. And we'll change this to explosives, right? There we go. So now all we need is our coal, right? So we'll have to bring a line of coal down, and we'll have to put an inserter here for coal. We are going to we'll break this line here, right? And we'll turn this around. And that will give us our output. We'll get that off of there. You know what? Why not? Not that we're going to use it. We're not going to use it yet, but why not go ahead now because we can't research it. What are we missing? Oh, we're missing all the rocketry crap. Fine. I just don't want to keep getting interrupted. So anyway, passive provider chest, inserter, and come up here and split our coal off. And run our coal down. Run into a pipe. Do this. Right? Right. And then long-handed inserters. Turn those around. And what are we missing? Oh, yeah, we just got to turn them on. Right, there we go. So now we're pumping out explosives. So we knocked that one off the list as well. All right, so let's go look at our, we'll just start going right back up the line again. All right, so let's go up here and look at our capsules. Come to Papa. Really? Rusty, you can follow me. I don't care. Screw it. Alright, so for capsules, we need... Alright, so we need steel plate, we need electronic circuits, and we need coal. And we need that for both of these, right? So, and then when we get into their higher level capsules, where is it? There it is. We're going to need the other ones plus red circuits, right? And then we're going to need the other ones plus speed modules. So we want to kind of do it someplace where we can fit these in and we have access to stuff. So I thought we could grow down in here. Like I said, I don't want to get past this white part, but we got a little bit of space down here that we can kind of set it up right in this area. It's going to set up in a row, boom, 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 boom. So it's not going to hurt us too much to do that. So let's go ahead, sit our factories down here. So we're going to want, let's give ourselves a little bit of room to maneuver stuff in. Factory space, factory, space, factory, space, factory, space, factory, right? And if this one is going to be our poison capsules, and this one is going to be our slowdown capsules. Wait a minute. My bad. I think we got that backwards. Defender capsules. So we need 4 defender capsules for that. And we are making what right now? Where's our... Okay, slowdown capsules, poison capsules. Where's our defender capsules? What do we get for defender capsules? Or are they... Am I looking in the wrong place for them? No. 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 Oh, there they are. Okay, so defender capsules we need armor piercing rounds for. So that's the one. Okay, so we need armor piercing rounds, green, and gears for that. I don't. You can tell I don't normally use capsules. And then we need defender capsules for that, and then we need the distractor capsules for that. So that's the ones that are going to go in a row, not these two. These two we don't need. We need the other 3 feed off of one another. My bad entirely. So let's see, what do we need for these? We need coal, electronic circuits, and steel plates. I'm losing my mind. So we'll put the other 3 down here. So we need coal, steel plate, and greens, right? We got coal here. We got green here. So what if we did this? What if we put, not power lines, if we went out from this, right? And then that gives us our coal. And then we just need steel plates and green circuits. And green circuits are here. And steel plates are there, or there. Which one is easiest to take off of? It's going to be easiest to take it off of this one. We can come right over here. All right, so let's grab off of our steel plates. Yes. The other thing, if you'll notice, that's going to be really convenient about having this concrete down is they're broken up into square blocks. It gives me a lot easier ability to be able to kind of estimate where I need to go with my stuff, because I can line it up. So now I was able to look at that and go, okay, that's where it goes, and it will fit there, because I knew there were 2. I needed a block complete apart from them, and I was able to look at it and line it all up. Makes my life a little easier and a little happier. Oops. So we're going to go that far with it. You know what? Let's do this. Let's do, oops. Inserter, belt, inserter. Let's do this. Right? And then we'll do inserter, 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 and then right, and then we can grab our green from up here. go far enough with it though. Oh, well, we didn't have to go that far. We could go here and here. Well, let's see how far that'll reach. Yeah. So yeah, we'll go there. We'll move this pole. And then we'll do this. We need to start looking at utilizing substations anyway, because now we've got them. It's going to make laying out our bases much easier. In fact, the next time around, what we're going to do is we will grid out our substations so that we don't have to lay poles. We'll just grid out our substation. It'll cover the whole thing, and we won't have any more issues of needing to place poles. Now, if I was smart, what I'd be doing is I would be doing that with a shift click and make my robots do it, but I'm not carrying any robots right now because they're all dedicated to putting in this concrete. Anyway, now we got our distractor capsules going. We got our poison capsules going. We want the poison capsules because we're going to be, we're going to be starting a railroad again. Next episode, we're going to start expanding because I plan to have everything built that we need built by the end of this episode as far as automation stuff. So next episode, we're going to start wanting to have our capsules. Why are we hurting for steel at the moment? I don't know why, other than we're sucking a whole bunch of it off for other places. Let's do this just to, oh heck, let's do this. I wonder if it'll allow me to do this. Probably not. I'm probably going to have to. Will it bring me my blueprint book? I don't know if it will. Let's try and see if it'll bring me my blueprint books. Because what we're going to do is we are going to, let's have it bring me my deconstruction. We're going to put in a balancer here. And balance these out. I know there's one here, but we got a lot of stuff apparently going off of it. Is that one of my blueprint books? Oh, that's cool. I was wondering if it would bring me my blueprint books or not, because of the fact that they're very specific as far as what they've got in them and stuff. I saw it. Where'd it go? There it is. Let's see if he's bringing me my actual right blueprint book. He's bringing my... nice! I wasn't sure whether they would do that or not, but apparently they do. That is sweet. Oh, and there's my blueprint for my my whatchamacallit field up there. My oh, we haven't updated the stupid blueprint, have we? I bet we didn't. I bet we didn't put a fast one in. Oh, of course we didn't. Oh well. We'll use it to measure. Right? We'll use it to measure. So from there, oops, from like there, I think it was, down to there. And then, yeah, that'll work. Oh, wait. You know what? Might as well not even waste my time. All my construction robots are tied up anyway. I need to get some for me. I need to grab myself some. I need to get my robo ports back in. Oh well. Anyway. Oops. I went too far, didn't I? Yeah, I went one too far. And one in the middle. Right. And then one here. I mean, balancer is one of those things that everybody should be able to make. I'm pretty sure I got this right. Let's make sure we got it right. I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to make sure I did it right myself. Yeah. Balancer is one of those things that you should just be able to know how to do. It's pretty straightforward kind of a thing. You've got all your splitters are gonna split it up here, and then split that again, split those two again, and then splitting the outside ones again, and then it's going to recombine it. And by doing that, it kind of, in theory, balances everything to everything. It attaches everything to everything else within a minimum amount of space, if you will, so that you can have it come up all of these lines together, and keep it relatively free. That way, if this line is moving and these lines aren't, it's a way for it to shift everything over to this one line. Because if you look, man, we're really going through on this line, but hardly nothing here. So it's a way to push everything to that belt. Otherwise, it's just going to sit idle. So there we go. There's that. That should get us back to making our gears again. We're going to see a little bit better flow through there. Although we ain't seeing such great flow, though, are we? Maybe. Well, you know what? We'll let it run. I don't know what's sucking up all our gears right now. Why in the world? Oh, I know why. Because we need these for research. Okay, that now I understand why this is. Because we really hit it hard with research here for a little bit. So yeah, so that's why. I don't know if we want to do the other 1,000 or not right now. Then, sure, why not? Oh no, we can't. We're still needing the rocket stuff. You know what? Let's get ourselves some uranium ammo. Alright, there we go. So we got that. Because like I say, we are going to go out and start moving biters out of the way. So we got that. Let's see. So defender capsules require armor-piercing rounds, electronic circuits, and gears. And then the other two require red circuits and speed modules. So what we may do in thinking about this, I think we're making, where are we making our, there's where we're making our armor-piercing rounds. Where does that put us on the map? Okay, yeah, it does put us down here because our speed modules are being made here. If we do those three here, right, and we lay them here, here, and here, that could come down there. That could come down there, and then the only thing we got to worry about bringing down is our speed modules, and these feed one to the next to the next. So why don't we do that? We have access to green circuits, we have access to gears, and we have access to ammo, sort of. So why don't we do that? Why don't we set them here? So it's going to be 1, 2, 3. Let's back them up. 1, in case we got to send a belt through. Alright, so there we go. So there's that. Now the only one right now that we can do is our defender capsules. But we can have the other two ready. So now, what do we need? Are they evens for that? No, mostly that's iron gears. Iron gears and electronic circuits are kind of balanced, but let's do iron gears on a belt and then armor-piercing rounds and green circuits on a split belt. So armor-piercing rounds are right there. So if we you know what? We don't need the whole damn factory to produce them. We can get by with that. That's the majority of the factory. We're just eliminating 5 of our assemblers. We can make do with that. We're not going to be building these like by the metric ton anyway. So now get off the belt. Pick that back up. Now you see there's some concrete I'm going to have to go back through and repair, obviously. So if we do this, if we do that, and then we do that, now we pick that back up, and we take our belts, and we put 1 there, and 1 there, and 1 there. There we go. Now we're only having to bring 1 belt down here. Left reach. Oh well. I was hoping it would reach. I was hoping it would reach. Come on, get off the belt. How far up will this reach? Right there. All right. Key. Alright, so that brings that down to there. And then right there. Right? Oh wait. Oh wait. We don't need it for those 2. Right? We just need it for the 1. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Because that one we need red circuits. And that one we need blue modules. So we only need that to come down there. My bad. So we need that to come to here. That will give us that. And then we just need gears. Right? Right. And if we do this, Frack. Some bastages. Why am I getting weirdness there? Oh, because I can't do that. I can't do, that's why it's doing, okay. Alright, yeah. Stupidity on my part. Alright. Fine. So there. Yeah. And then oops, one too high. There we go. We'll get it in a second. We're going to go here, here, here. And at this point, it would have probably been easier to just clip it here and bring the stupid thing under, but oh well. Tunnel vision, right? Okay, so there's that. So now we're going to want one there, we're going to want one there, and we're going to want one there eventually. Boom, boom, boom. And eventually we're going to want one there and one there. That's all the further I'm going to go with that, because we're going to want to make sure the other stuff gets in there the right way once we are in that direction. So there we go. Now we just got to hook it up to something. Where will it reach? It'll reach right there. Right? There we go. So there we go. So now we got that going. So the last thing we want to do, and we're going to do that whilst we're here this time around, is we want to get our blue belts going. Because once we get our blue belts going, we can start, you know, upgrading our belts and upgrading our splitters and things like that. And that's going to help our throughput as well. So let's go up here and figure out where we're going to bring this stuff through at, shall we? So all the way up top here, where is it? It's below our science. There they are. Alright, here is where we are making our red belts. And our blue belts need our red belts. So we need gears, and we need lubricant, and we need gears, and we need lubricant, and we need gears, and we need lubricant, and we need red circuits. So the first thing we need to worry about is gears and lubricant for everything except the splitters, right? Splitters are going to need a little extra. So let's do this. Alright, we have our gear, our belts being made here, and I kind of want to keep a supply of them. So we'll leave the chest if we can, right? So then we're going to need gears, right? And we're going to need lubricant. So if we put it here, we can do an underground, and we can pick the gears off, and that will go in, and then that's going to leave nothing but lubricant. So let's do that. Right? And then that can go there. This, we can back that ass up one. And then we can put that in there, that in there, and we can tell that to make blue belts, right? So then the only thing we need to come in with is our lube. That's what she said. So there's that one. And let's do the exact same thing, or similar, because these are spaced a little differently for whatever reason. Oh, because of the extra needs for this. Alright, so let's see, can we do that? No, because that doesn't leave enough room. How about if we do it, well, yes it does, because we'll do it here. We'll just move that crate over one. Screw it. Alright, so get rid of there and there. We'll stick that in right there. Right? We will stick that in there. We will stick this down here. We will pick this one up, and we'll stick this one in here, and then we'll do this. You guys go in there, right? So then that goes there, that goes there, that goes in the wrong place. I lied. Bad thinking on my part. That's the wrong damn inserter anyway. We gotta come over one more. Because we gotta pick off onto that. Well, shit. Oh! You know what? I'm stupid. But we already know that. Why don't we do that? We'll just add another inserter. Duh. Right? And then we need to tell that to make those. Oops. And even better, why don't we tell it to make the blue ones? And we'll put that there. Right? And then if we turn this one, then we can hook that to that and that. Yeah. Alright, so there's that. Now we need to worry about our our blue splitters. So we need one more thing. Oh, when we need gears, don't we? Where are we getting our gears from for these? Oh, yeah, we're getting our gears there. We're getting our gears there. Alright, we're okay. So now, let's do the same thing one more time. Right? And let's do it the smart way this time. Right there. And then we can put that there. Or we can move it over. we'll play with it because we can always move that. And then that's going to go into that, right? And now that all that requires extra is red circuits. Where are we going to grab our red circuits from? That's the only two things we have left that we need is we need red circuits and we need to bring our lube up. So where can we get red circuits? Well, we got red circuits over here. Do we have any red circuits over there? Not really, because that's far enough away. What is this? This is red circuits right here. If we snatch off of this, alright, even better, that's that main line. If we snatch off of it here, or even closer, snatch off of it here, because after that it goes to there, right? So the only thing it's feeding is that, so it's not going to affect us to do that. Well, in the scheme of things, not really anyway, right? And then how are we going to get down to there? Well, we're going to go here to here, and then we're going to go here to here. I don't have any robots in my hand. Get off the belt. That's one of the problems when you start getting this close together. You start standing on the belts. Alright, so now we want to go underground to there. And then right to there. Oops. Yeah, we can do that. Because we can do this. And we can do this. Right? And then we can tell that that's going to be blue express belts. And we can flip that there. And then we can put that there. And that there. And then we can go here to here to here. And then, do we really want to do that? Seriously? Right? No. You know what? F that. We don't need to be walking through there anymore anyway. Alright, so there's got us everything we need except lubricant. So let's give it some power. If we did it there, would that be better? Not really, but hell with it. Now it's better. Did we cut anything off accidentally? Nope, we sure didn't. Alright, so now we just need to get lubricant into that. Where is our lubricant coming up from? I know it's coming up from below, but where from below? Because it's coming up for the motors. Motors are over here. So we're one length over. So we need to come from there and up. Alright. Okay. Okay. To right put that one back. Take that one out. Here to here. Right there. And then that to there. Okay. Come on, get off the belts. The nice thing about this is after we get it all set up, we won't have to climb around in here anymore. Except for very rare instances. Alright, where are we at? We're getting there. I don't want to go too far with it that we end up having to backtrack. Think, yeah. So now, can we, and I'm sure we can because these are red belts, except we're doing it in the wrong direction. There we go. And then we're all hooked back in again. Yeah, we're all hooked back in again. Pipe. Pipe. Alright, so now what we have to figure out is how we are getting into there. And I think the easiest way is going to be to do this. Get off the belts. Yeah, that's gonna do it right there. Oh wow, would you looky there. We still have a yellow splitter. Unless I accidentally put that in. Alright. So there's that. That goes to there. That'll go up and feed them. That comes across to there. This goes that way. Right? And then that... there. That goes right there. right there, right there, right? And now all we need, right? They're all three making. Is that getting what it needs? Yes, it's making them, and that's making them, and that's making them. All right, so now we just need passive provider chests, because we'll be damned if we're coming back up here again. Well, that's not true. So if we put one there, and one there. Oops, we don't need long-handeds. All right, folks, there we go. Woohoo! Everything's in business. So there we go, guys. So that gives us our blues. So let's take one quick last look here. Let's get something started on research here real quick while we're at it. Let's do mining productivity, because we're going to need it. All right. So let's take one last go through here. We are not making storage tanks yet, and we don't really need to yet. We are making all the belts, all the inserters. We're making the pipes. We're making all the electrical. We're making the pumps. We're not making the valves yet, and we'll hold off on that for now. We are making all the train stuff, except the trains and the wagons themselves. We're making bots. I went ahead on this because these all require exactly the same materials, and we had 4 rows of assemblers making, you know, two and two. So I went and made them all making just one set of each. We're making robo ports out the yang. We're making lights now. We're making our cable, our wires. We're not making any of our combinators, but again, we will cross that bridge when we come to it. We're not ready to really start automating that stuff yet, I don't think. We're not making our steam turbines and our steam engines and what have you. We are, however, making our solar power and its associated stuff. If memory serves me right, we're making pump jacks, and if we're not, we can live without them for now, but I think we are. Offshore pumps we're not making, but we really don't need any more right now. Drills we're making, electric furnaces we're making, blue assemblers we're making. We're not making green assemblers yet because we just got that, so we'll live without that for now. We may very well at some point here in the near future, and I'll probably do it off camera, just start making our yellow assemblers so that we can start boosting our speed to things. Our nuclear stuff we're not making yet because we just got it. We're not making labs because we're finding them, and we've got our laboratory built anyway. We are not making beacons yet. We do have the beacon technology now, but we're not making beacons yet. But again, that's one of those things I kind of have to figure out where we're going to put them. We're certainly not going to be able to stick them into this, so that's going to be down the road when we start building other factories. Modules, we got these ones. We are not making productivity modules yet, so I will probably set up a line, and I'll just do it off camera because it's the same as the other ones, to start making productivity modules. It's just telling it to make a different thing with the same materials, basically. So you know, we just tell it to make a different recipe. All of this stuff we're okay on. We're not making fuel yet because we're not mining fuel yet either. Barrels, we're not making barrels yet. I don't know if we ever necessarily will. Sticks, we're actually making sticks now in 2 places. So everything else in this row we're making. We're not making fuel yet, but so what? We're making all the sciences. Landmines we're not making. We'll think about it. I mean, now we're making explosives. Maybe we'll make landmines. I don't know. we'll have to check them out. We're making our capsules. We're making our grenades. Bum 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 bum. That's it, man. We're not making a lump radar because we're only setting them down as we go, so we can handcraft those. Speaking of armor, though, let me show you what I did. Here we go. Now, with the exception of the roboports, which I've taken out right now, we're looking pretty good. We got 2 Mark II batteries. We got 4 personal defense lasers. We got 2 Mark II shields. We've got 3 exoskeletons, and we got two portable fusion generators. Now, if I really wanted to, I could probably move this around and move these up here and stick another fusion generator in there. But I want room for my bots. I've got 4 Mark II roboports. That's going to allow me to run 100 bots at a time. So when we start building our railroads, we're going to put those roboports back in. The bots are off doing concrete right now anyway, and we'll be able to build our robots a lot quicker, and what have you. So I got that going. I got the pieces, parts to it. It took a little while to get these suckers, but we got them. Now the thing with this is, for our for this one, we're going to need 5 of them, and they take 250 blue chips a piece. So we're looking at 1,250, if I'm doing my math correctly, 1,250 blue chips in order to make one of them sons of bitches. So it's going to be an expensive build. I'm hoping it's going to be worth it when we get to that point. We'll see. So let's go see how we are on our stone. Yeah, we're still got stone. We still got half a buffer of stone. So man, our iron is really hurting right now because it's trying to catch up to all the stuff that we just put down our crates with, that has nothing in them, that it's trying to fill up our initial load. Once it catches up, we're good. Our iron input is certainly keeping pace with it, so we're happy there. So there it is, guys. Next episode, we start back to building rails, and we'll go from there. There's some things I'd like to try mod-wise with rails that I'm kind of looking forward to. So we will see you then, and we'll see how that goes. All right. So, like, subscribe. Tell me what you think I should do. Should I add some more mods? What mods do you think you'd like to see? We'll check them out. So there we go. All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye.